You don't do this, you don't keep a man waiting.
I know.
The only time you do is when you want to say something.
I will tell you that I tend to be a pretty even-keeled guy, don't get too stressed. Actually, my number one stressor is being late to meetings, which is kind of nerdy or weird, or I don't know what you want to call it. But as it relates to a lot of our businesses, I don't get too stressed. However, in the business, whenever you're running it, things happen that brought my stress level to a new level and one that I had not experienced before. It makes you stronger, makes you more savvy about how to think about certain situations, but you really got to be prepared for that. You also got to be prepared that owning a business will change you in ways that you might not expect. In some ways it might make you a more effective leader. In some ways it might make you a less effective leader. Let me give you my own personal example. After having run 4 Pillars and Southwest Steel, some of our other portfolio companies for 8, 9, 10 years now, what I can tell you is that one way in which I've actually maybe taken a step back is as it relates to cost controls. What do I mean by that? Before I was buying a business, I was very cost conscious and would be more thoughtful whenever I was making purchases, both personal and for business. However, after running a business, I can say that I'm not as good at that. I'm not as cost conscious. Why is that? The reason is because through the various activities that we would do at Southwest or 4 Pillars, I would have to drop meaningful amounts of money that could just turn into absolutely nothing. I'm talking probably not 6 figures worth of investment, but in some circumstances it would be that large. But very commonly, monthly 4-figure purchases or contracting with firms that were $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month with no guarantee that what they're providing is going to provide the benefit that I'm seeking. And for that reason, sometimes I'd look at the credit card statement and see expenses for $200, $300, and I really wouldn't care about them. Whereas in the past, I would be managing those very closely to make sure that they were necessary expenses. That's a long-winded way of saying that whenever you purchase a business, your style and your approach, maybe even your outlook on life is going to change, and you need to make sure that you're taking that into account as you think about the skills and attributes of the folks that complement you on your management team. Additionally, I think anyone trying to do this knows that delayed gratification is a huge part of this. However, I think that the extent to which that gratification is delayed might not be fully appreciated by some people.